Guys, wanted to go through this listing on 118 East Erie Street, Unit 20D in Chicago, and it's listed for $690,000. Let's see, let's take a look at these pictures. So you've got this high-rise building, pretty nice entryway. Really well, nice and decorated. I really like how they did this. The colors look quite interesting. Wondering if that's just paint on the walls or if there's like a lighting. I think it's probably a mix of the paint and the lighting. Too bad the house won't come with the furniture. Wow, this really looks nice how they did this. I think there's some repetition in the pictures now. And this is something you won't get too often, which is like a floor plan, but that's useful if you can read it. Wow, look at that movie theater. I think that's probably a shared space though. This is a condo. Yeah, see, that's a shared gymnasium or exercise room. Okay, well, so this is for sale for $690,000. It's a 1-bedroom, 2 bathrooms. Kind of weird. You've got, well, I guess if you have your master bedroom and then you have your own personal bathroom and then you have a common bathroom that you'd share with guests, maybe that's kind of what they're going for. Okay, so the description here, as featured on the cover of Lux magazine, live at the Ritz-Carlton Residency in the heart of Mag Mile. Well, first of all, I want to mention that it's kind of cool that if you bought this, your condo unit would have been featured in a magazine. But sometimes what that is, it's again like kind of a marketing thing. Someone might have paid money, good money, for that to happen, or it might have been for the architect or construction contractor to kind of, maybe the architect to market their work. You know, like, oh, I did this condo unit and it was ended up being at the front, on top of the front of the magazine. But it does look really well. The interior decorating looks quite good. I've seen thousands of listings. I can tell you that this really certainly does look professionally designed. Year built 2012. This is a new condo unit. I mean, not 2020, but 8 years old. Built at the kind of like at the bottom of a, so we had this major recessionary period, the Great Depression, 2008, around that time, and this was kind of built in the as the market was moving back up. So I'm surprised, actually. HOA $1,580 a month. That's a little bit steep, I think, but let's see what else this is saying here. Well, for a relatively new unit, you know, it's not bad. Z estimates at 744, 918. Okay, and what was this listed at again? 690. Z estimate 744. Well, that's not bad. I mean, so it's not the end all and be all of a Z estimate, but your tax assessed value is 798 and it's listed for below that. Annual tax amount 15,782. Well, one thing I can tell you to keep in mind in terms of a condo is that if you end up getting a mortgage on this property to buy it, you have to factor in the HOA fee as part of your monthly spend for buying this. Let's see if there's a calculation on that somewhere on this page, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Here, monthly costs. So see here, your estimated monthly cost is $5,278. Your principal and interest, $22.26 a month. Okay. Okay, here. So this is based on a 20% down payment, which a lot of people aren't going to do that. They're going to do less, but let's just, just to get an idea, they factor in the HOA fee here, the property tax, the principal and interest, the homeowner's insurance, So $52.78, it's probably going to be a little bit more than that because most people don't do a 20% down unless they're buying it as an investment property or they're buying all cash. And you compare that to the rental value at $29.50. So I think the tough part of this is that a lot of people that are going to buy a property is they're thinking, what can I do in terms of saving on rent? And because you're paying with the HOA, you're going to be paying more money for it. This might be a hard sell. It's also not a duplex where you can rent the other separate unit. So, on the money side of things here, I think the big question is where do I win? Where would you as a buyer win on this deal? Schools, 4 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 1 out of 10. Now, this is my third review so far. And I haven't really found anything like amazing for schools. But maybe there's a private school nearby if you've got kids. Although, maybe you don't have kids and it won't matter too much. So you're just looking for the lifestyle of living in just an awesome looking condo. Because I really do think this place looks pretty nice. Okay, so let's look at a little bit of the tax history. 2015, $1,800, and it's gone up drastically to 2018 at $15,000. So I'm wondering about this tax assessment. It's saying it's tax assessed at $79,895. I'm just wondering how much more that would go up, because $15,000 is a lot for property taxes already. So is that assessment going to remain? Is it going to be accurate over the next 5 years of ownership? And that might be hard to say. So see here, it says below this whole public tax history, it says find assessor info on the county website. I would go to cookcountypropertyinfo.com and take a look and see, even call and see with the county and see what they might say in terms of this assessed value if you were to buy it for X amount of dollars. And when you do look at the county website, you'll have a better idea of how they're calculating the assessments, because sometimes it goes through a percentage value. So for example, with this being at what, roughly $700,000, they might take a 10% basis on that. So when it says, when it says tax assessed at $79,885, they're really, what they're saying is it's worth 10 times of that, $798,950. And it goes through this sort of like a basis calculation. And that's why it says $79,895, if that makes sense to you. Monthly costs. Okay. So, the walk score, 99 out of 100, that's pretty cool, to be able to walk to different restaurants, bars, and whatever. Okay, well, I guess that's pretty much it. Covers kind of my review for this property for now. Another thing you could do is you could take this listing address, copy it, or even just go into Google Maps. And what I like to do, if possible, is click on this. That's in the below left area of this map. And you get a street view easily on your phone, And you can see, well, it's in front of all this traffic. And then you're like, okay, well, since Google has recorded this, are these porta potties still in the front of the building? Is there still major construction going on? Are these moving trucks still here? Does it still feel as vibrant if you walk down the street with all these people here, And look, skyscrapers. Yeah. Does this give you the feeling in the environment? And what's around the corner down here, You could go down the street and kind of look. What does it look like here? What kind of things are walkable from here? Amenities that you may like, And then another one I use is, I don't have it downloaded on my phone right now, but I have this one called Spot Crime that I like to use. And to take a look at the crime in the area. But overall, I'm really impressed with the inside of this building and how this unit looks. I think it'd be a really amazing bachelor pad. Typically, the average time that someone stays in a condo apartment situation is about 2 years, and a house 7 years if you're renting it out. I think those stats are something good to keep in mind. But again, with the HOA fees as high as they are, I would say typically someone would get this more to live in it themselves. Also, if you plan to Airbnb something like this, you have to keep in mind if the building allows for Airbnb. The HOA fees, the homeowners association may or may not allow for things like that. So anyway, hope that helps you guys. And until the next video, I will see you later.